Shams just revealed one of the true reasons why the New York Knicks made the OG Anunoby trade, and you have to hear this because you have not heard it yet. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. My name is Chris, and we're going to jump right into the video today because Shams just revealed one of the reasons why the New York Knicks made the OG Anunoby trade, and it's sort of an unsung reason, and here it is. For the New York Knicks, in a lot of ways, it was consolidating the roster, Shams said. Quinton Grimes is someone that's fallen out of the rotation. Some of this was to get him back into the rotation and to get him more minutes. Now, look, I'm a big fan of Quinton Grimes. I love his game, and I think that he really does have potential with the New York Knicks. And the Knicks feel the same way, because if the Knicks did not feel the same way, they would not be making trades for him right now. They would not be making trades to benefit him right now. They traded for OG. And I'm not saying the whole thought process behind this was Grimes. Of course it wasn't. It was to land OG Anunoby and make the roster a little bit more of a fluid fit. But, sorry, there's a hair on my hat. And really with Quinton Grimes, he's now going to get the chance to maybe not play the sixth man role. We're probably going to see that go to Josh Hart. But we're going to see him play a lot more minutes. Where in the process, he's also going to get a lot more shot attempts with the team. Because really, Grimes' big issue was he was in a starting lineup with Brunson, Barrett, and Randall, all of whom were commanding nearly 20 shots, if not more, per game. And that's a huge bulk of the offense. Now RJ's gone, OG's replaced him, and OG commands less shots. And not just that, the guy from the New York Knicks bench, in Emmanuel Quickly, was commanding the most shots out of any other guy in the Knicks outside of the Knicks' former Big Three. And now he's gone too. This means that there's going to be shots up for grabs. And yeah, DiVincenzo's going to get a chance to shoot more times, and OG's going to take up a big chunk of that. But also, if you look at Josh Hart, sure, he had his runs where he's averaged nearly 20 points per game, but with the Knicks, it feels like he's not ever really going to be trying to do that. And the Knicks are going to look to have Grimes be the main scorer off the bench for the team, which I think is perfect for Grimes as of right now. He fits really well in that role. He'll get to show that he's more than just a shooter. He has a great touch around the rim. But almost 75% of his shots have been coming from deep this season. And as good as that is if you're a shooter, it means you're pretty stationary on the court most likely. Now Grimes gets a chance to show his inside work. We saw that a little bit in the game against the Timberwolves in his 18 minutes played. But I'm just excited to see what's next for Quinton Grimes, because now the Knicks have shots that are able to be taken, and Grimes will have no problems feeling like if he misses a shot, he's going to come out of the game, because he knows that's not true. His role has just been expanded with the Knicks. That was one of the first things that I think a lot of us realized with this OG trade is with Quickly gone, who's going to be the sixth man. If you know Tibbs, you know how he feels about Josh Hart, so you figure it's going to be Hart, but right after Hart, you're going to get Quinton Grimes. Grimes is now going to play a ton of minutes with the Knicks. He's going to be their best scorer off the bench. And there's going to be rotations where he is the second, potentially even the first option for a few minutes. The Knicks are probably going to do some staggering of the minutes between Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, considering they're the two main scorers on the team, which is fair. It's an isolation team. You're going to get things like that. But also something to just be aware of is the fact that if one of them sits, there's going to be rotations where you got, say, Jalen Brunson, DiVincenzo, Grimes, Hart, and Hartenstein out there. And there's a real world that if DiVincenzo's off, Grimes will be that second guy. Or potentially some lineups where maybe Deuce McBride's at the point and you have Grimes with him and Josh Hart there and Julius Randle and Hartenstein or Precious Achiuwa. And then again, Grimes is the true second option right there. And he's going to have to take shots. And I think that he's in a role that he'd want. Grimes' big thing was he was upset that if he missed a shot, he felt like he was going to come out of the game. He was afraid to shoot. Now he can't be afraid to shoot, and he has no reason to be because he knows that the Knicks made this trade for one of the reasons so that his role, especially offensively, can get expanded. Remember, this is the guy who the Knicks basically said, we are not trading for Donovan Mitchell. We want Grimes to play with him. We think Grimes works well with basically every star player. He does not need the ball to be great. He can be off the ball. He can spot up. He can shoot. And when you need him to take it to the hoop, he can. He's got a nice off the dribble game. And we are going to get to see more of all of that for Quinton Grimes, which is absolutely tremendous news for the Knicks. Grimes is a special player. This season's been rough. There's no doubt. But now he gets more of a chance to really show what he can do when he gets the ball put in his hands more than he really ever has in his career, honestly. There's never been a time like right now where the Knicks have two real scoring options, and outside of that, OG Anunoby is a great player, but the scoring can be decently inconsistent at points. Dante DiVincenzo, you don't know how many shots he's going to take on a nightly basis. There's going to be opportunities for Grimes to score. There's going to be worlds and lineups where the Knicks need Quinton Grimes to score, and he has a chance to do that. A lot of this Knicks bench, their points now ride a lot off of Quinton Grimes, and he's going to have to prove that he can do that on a consistent basis with the New York Knicks. Last night, he played 18 minutes per game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Those were not the same minutes as the Knicks' new top six of Brunson, Randall, OG, Hartenstein, DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart. But then Grimes was there. He only ended up taking 4 shots. But when you look at minutes-wise, Hart took 7 in 28 minutes. I think there's going to be a lot of times when Grimes is getting plus 20 minutes. I don't think that it's going to be normal to see Jalen Brunson now playing 40 minutes, basically 41 minutes, and Hartenstein basically playing 40. Julius is always going to be good for around 36, and OG would have played more had he not fouled out. It was a starter-heavy game for the Knicks last night. They were trying to figure that unit out. There's going to be times where the New York Knicks are absolutely going to be looking just to use the bench a little bit more. Obviously, Tibbs is known to not really use the bench a lot, but there's nights where the bench will be used more often than not, and when you're playing one of the best teams in the league, that's not the case. But against teams like the Hornets, like the Pistons, like the Wizards, yeah, we are going to see the Knicks go to their bench a little bit more. And even in games when injuries happen now, Grimes is going to have to stay ready because he could be getting nearly 30 minutes a night pretty soon if there's a singular injury or just someone's taking a night off or even just that's the way defenses are being played. So Grimes has to be sure to be ready to do this. And I think this is kind of gut check time for him because if you take a look, Grimes has not had the best season so far. Last year, he played really nicely, scoring 11 points per game and shooting 38.6% from three, while also having a 47% field goal percentage, which is nice. But then this year, when you look at it, his field goal percentage is down to 39.6%. His three-point percentage has climbed back up from what it once was because it was worse. He's shooting 37.7%, which is nothing to sneeze at all, but it's on lower volume than we'd hope for. Right now, he's shooting around 4.3 threes per game. He probably will be just going up field goals in general-wise, so hopefully we do see an uptick there. But if you look right there, I mean, 5.6 field goals attempted, 4.3 of them are threes. I think that's going to be the major discrepancy that we see. I think we're going to see Grimes work within the arc a little bit more. Now that there's going to be more spacing for the New York Knicks, he's got more chances to drive to the hoop. And he has a nice touch around the rim. He made 2 nice layups against the Timberwolves last night, which were very exciting to see. Hopefully we see more of that out of Quinton Grimes, and hopefully we just see more of a scorer out of him because he's shown that when he gets it going with his jump shot, he can really be a dangerous player for the Knicks. So hopefully that all works out. Comment below if you think that Quinton Grimes is ready for the task to be the Knicks' main scorer off the bench now that Emmanuel Quickley is up in Canada. Let me know what you guys think down below. Like this video. Make sure to subscribe to Knicks Digest. It means the world to me. Shout out to all you commenting, whether it's nice, whether it's mean. It's helping the channel grow, and that's all we really need. Let me know if you agree with me, disagree with me, or whatever. Love reading the comments. Love engaging with you guys. But that's all from me today. Have a great day, and go Knicks.